Is the traditional teaching paradigm as effective as we think? For centuries, this paradigm, known as the sage on the stage, reigned supreme. Picture a classroom where the teacher, the sage, stands at the head of the room, the stage, pouring knowledge into the minds of the students. The flow of information is unidirectional, from the teacher to the student, with little room for deviation or dialogue. This model of teaching, while dominant in history, primarily focuses on passive reception. Students absorb knowledge rather than actively participate in its creation. They are spectators in the world of learning, rather than explorers charting their course. The sage on the stage model, with its monologues and lectures, has been the cornerstone of education, shaping generations of learners. However, as our society and its needs evolved, so did our methods of teaching. The stage began to shrink, making way for a more holistic and interactive arena of learning. So, let us welcome the guide on the side as a shift in the teaching standard. This transformation marks a significant departure from the traditional sage on the stage model. Instead of knowledge flowing one way from the educator to the student, we see a shift towards a more interactive, engaging form of learning. This model, the guide on the side, emerges as a response to the changing needs of society and the diversification of learners' experiences. It champions a collaborative journey through the realms of knowledge, favoring dialogue and exploration between coach and learner, over monologue and reception. It's a shift that takes us from passive listening to active engagement, and from solitary reception to shared discovery. The guide on the side model is not just a change in how we teach, it's a change in how we understand learning. It's a model that recognizes that learning thrives on engagement, critical thinking, and creativity. It understands that knowledge is not just something to be passed down, but something to be co-created, explored, and discovered. In this model, the classroom transforms. No longer a stage for the teacher alone. It becomes a vibrant workshop of ideas, a shared space of discovery. Learners and educators come together, not as transmitter and receiver, but as co-creators of knowledge, investigating and discovering together. Learning becomes a participatory activity, an interactive journey. Active learning strategies become central in this new model. They dismantle the figurative stage and create a shared space of discovery. This approach democratizes the learning process, making education a participatory sport, where every participant is an active contributor to the collective journey of learning, from learner to coach to expert. This shift towards the guide on the side model reflects a broader societal move toward the democratization of knowledge. It's a collective acknowledgement of the need for education systems to evolve, to embrace the richness of experiences and the potential of collaborative exploration. With this new model, we see the classroom transform into a workshop of ideas, a shared space of discovery. It's a future that honors the wisdom of the past, while navigating the uncharted territories of modern learning, where every voice has the opportunity to prove itself and every learner is able to contribute. So, what does this transition from sage on the stage to guide on the side mean for us? Well, it's a shift that carries implications, not only for the way we learn, but also for the way we interact with knowledge and with each other. Firstly, this transition signifies the democratization of knowledge. The sage on the stage model, while valuable, was one-directional, with knowledge flowing from the teacher to the students. Now, in the guide on the side era, knowledge is shared and co-created, fostering a sense of collective ownership. This not only enriches the learning process, but also helps learners to contribute their unique perspectives and insights and ideas. Secondly, the new model encourages increased engagement and interaction. Learning is no longer a passive process of reception, but an active dance of discovery, where each learner is active. This heightened interaction breeds a deeper connection with the subject matter and with fellow learners, making education a more dynamic experience. Lastly, the guide on the side model gives license to learners. Voices are valued, perspective is welcomed, and learners have the power to influence their and their collaborators' learning journeys. This empowerment fosters a sense of agency and sparks a passion for lifelong learning, a critical attribute in our rapidly evolving world. Yet, as we embrace this new model, we also acknowledge the enduring legacy of the sage on the stage. It's a balance between tradition and innovation, where the wisdom of the past informs the possibilities of the future. We honor the sage, for it is the stepping stone that has led us to this exciting juncture of educational change. As we sail the uncharted waters of modern learning, we celebrate this transition, where every voice is valued and every learner has an opportunity to thrive. This is not just a shift in pedagogy, it's a shift in mindset, a shift towards a more engaging and exciting learning experience. This is the League of Learners. Keep questioning,